So it seems to run in the family that pretty much everyone in the Tachibana family line is pretty much an asshole for the most part. I mean, we get to see that Marika, you know, as much as I enjoy her, we see that, you know, she can be a bit of a dick sometimes, and unfortunately that kind of runs in the family. Do you know what also runs in the family? Being pretty, having a frail, weak body, and being like a heir to a fucking powerful family. Yeah, so it was strange enough that this chapter was just like, basically being told by like Marika's like old friend, and she was like, you know, the one that's got like the sort of the accent saying, ye wanted to talk about Marika, right? Big sis tell you whatever you want to hear, like that. It's like got, you know, the sort of the countryside sort of accent, you know, how we go in Nerfic style, you know, all that sort of stuff. And when she was telling like the reason that she was like transferred in the first place is because of the like an absolute contract that she has with her mother, which is like she's from an important family, okay, and the current heir is Marika's mother, who is, you know, and it's traditional in the house that a woman leads like the house, and apparently like this family's got real history, like hundreds of years ago, and pretty much is that, you know, she's got a weak body like that. Is like she met as well, like, because she was recovering from her. She finally read like Marika at like a young age, and she wanted to be very friendly, like Marika wanted to be very friendly to her, and she just ended up ripping up a picture. So they've always had bad terms. It's like pretty much is like the whole agreement was like, okay, you can marry Marika. However, there's two conditions, like that we're going to call that if you say no, and also as well if like basically her condition gets worse to the point where it's like, no, you have to make it back. And that's pretty much up to like her caretaker Honda all along. So because this Honda works under the mother, and she's being forced, after being forced home, she's supposed to immediately marry the person of her mother's choosing, and she can never go against her mother's wishes after that. So pretty much, it kind of feels like they're kind of retracking the whole Yui thing, where Yui had to like pretty much forcibly marry. So it's like all the girls right now are pretty much being forced to marry people, and Raku's somehow got to get in here and like pretty much like, no, like motherfucker, you can't do that. And I feel like this is going to end up to the point where Raku, he isn't going to say yes to Marika, he's going to say no. But he's also going to say that she's his own woman, she can choose who she wants to be, she can choose who she wants to lead the family or not. And this is going to end up, you know, with like her breaking down and her being back to school. It'd be interesting if they do something a little bit different, where she's like, no, you are going to have to marry something, or maybe at the end, like, Marika finally gives up on her. But I doubt that they're going to do that with sort of Marika's character. But Raku's like, oh, what should I do? And it's, I'm surprised, it's honestly, he wasn't going to go, I'm going to say the right way. It's up to, like, fucking Chitoge to bitch slap him in the back saying, you know, this isn't like you. What the fuck are you doing? She's our friend, you know, that's just the kind of person you are. You got to help friends. And it's like, you need to do this. And it's like, I'm surprised that Unadera was, like, actually thinking the same thing as well. Like, I need to, like, snap some, like, sense into him. And just out of nowhere, Yui just goes, oh, by the way, I've got a plane. You better head over there. I'm like, so, one, it's like saying, oh, don't worry, your parents and all that, I can sort that shit out. And school. So all these kids can just go on a fucking plane right now, go off there, and sort this shit out immediately so you can go, like, sort this stuff out. I'm like, really? It just seems weird. And, like, how the chapter ends, it's like, oh, we're going to finally see, like, Marika's mother after all this time, which I'm kind of curious what she looks like. I'm kind of serious, like, more how she acts and maybe more the reasons, like, why she did that. I mean, there's probably more reasons to that, or maybe she accidentally ripped it. Maybe that's like, because, like, Marika was a kid back in the day, or maybe she was just a bitch. Like, we don't know, in particular, but it's like, nothing too much about this chapter can be said apart from that everything we just got told was just on a phone. It was from a character that we could barely understand. So that's pretty much what, there wasn't too much special. I was expecting that we could have actually met a mother in this chapter, see them to be already arriving. But this is a kind of slow chapter, to be fair, so I'm going to honestly give this one like a 5. It was an average chapter. I can't really say too much about it, but let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this chapter of Nisekoi. I'm kind of looking forward to more things like wrapping up, but you know, this is the second girl going down, so we have got, like, the people left, you know, Unadera, Chitoge. I mean, unless they want to go more on Sugami, which I highly doubt that, because Sugami was never really an option for Raku in the first place. I mean, she's kind of there, but let's be honest, she wasn't one of the key girls, so it's like, I'm kind of more interested to see about that. But let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this chapter. But that's all for me, so thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.